এখান থেকে সরাও, আমার চোখের সামনে কেন রাখছো? পোর্ট্রেট করে রাখো, রাখতে পারে। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, এটা ধরো, আগে বাকিগুলো দিই। সরকারের জন্য বোতল দাও, সিরিঞ্জ দাও, কথা বললে সাথে সাথে ঘটতে হবে। This is 3.5-year-old boy with severe abdominal pain. But some of them are confused because there was the blood groups are different. The serologist could not see the appendix properly, but mentioned about right down. The pus is very thick, could not bring out full cycling effect. So we are giving 10 mm port at umbilicus to with laparoscopic.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম, সাদিক নাকি?
স্যার সাদিদ, কেমন আছেন স্যার?
This is this is a complicated appendicitis. 3.5-year-old boy came last night around 9. You see, these are the adhesions. Okay, now we will proceed little further. The length of the appendicitis is not, no, it is up to here. Here is the base. So we have to go through this space. We will go little by little coagulation with bipolar, then ligasure, then bipolar, then ligasure. Because if we try to go in a single step, this may cause injury to adjacent gut loops. So we are coagulating close to the appendix wall, you see. And one thing, we are burning just adjacent to the appendix wall so that the underlying ileal loops are not affected. Just little coagulation, then we will do the ligasure cut. You see, proceeding in this side, this is also appendix. Here is the base. So we will proceed further. Not with my experience is that if we use the ligasure throughout the length, there is little chance of bleeding later on. That's why nowadays I use both bipolar first, then ligasure to divide only. But theoretically, if you use only ligasure for coagulation and cut, that is okay. But I no longer practice that because of one or two cases, although those are one Hirschsprung disease and another splenectomy. Still, in simple cases, I follow this practice. I had to open those two cases, one splenectomy and one Hirschsprung disease at night. Completed the operation in the afternoon. After 10 p.m., there was collection of blood in the peritoneal cavity in the drain bag. So I had to come one at 11:30 p.m., one at 1:30 a.m. So I do not want to do that again. That's why I use the bipolar first, then ligasure. And there is some adhesion here. I want to release it, although it is not causing much obstruction, but it may lead to some pain later on due to some form of impediment to peristaltic movements. So I am releasing it. You see, there are some tenting effect. The cecum ascending colon is tented to the abdominal wall. So if you do not release it, there will be some obstructive effect during peristaltic. You see, now it is okay. Now we will introduce a condom to be used as a bag and put the appendix after like at the base of the appendix, put the appendix into the bag, then give peritoneal wash and then bring out the bag along with the appendix and putting a drain in the, probably I will put two drains, one in Morrison's pouch and one in pelvic cavity. ড্রেন টিউব দিছো? এই ড্রেন টিউব হচ্ছে গতকাল না কখন ইউজ করলাম একটা, কেন ওটা দিয়ে দিবেন? এগুলো মাগনা অপারেশন রে ভাই, গার্মেন্টস শ্রমিক। So as always we tie the base of the appendix with suture material. This is Vicryl and you see, hold the suture like this, concavity of the Maryland downwards. Hold the suture with the tip of the Maryland. Keep the concavity of the needle holder upwards. You see, the C loop formation is very easy. So intercorporeal knotting does not give you much trouble. আচ্ছা, অসুবিধা নেই। We try to ligate flush with the cecum. We will look for any ficolate because the perforation site near the apex or anywhere in the appendix body there could be ficolate inside. We will look for that. If found, we will retrieve. If not, that is okay. So far, we could see there is minimum chance, but we do not want to leave anything to chances. Now I will divide the appendix and keep it inside the bag and then go for peritoneal toileting and putting drains. As always, we squeeze at the base to remove any content inside, and then we are dividing. This is a infected case, so we may not need, but there is no harm in doing some coagulation at the stump.
Sir, in complicated cases like this,
Right.
should we be concerned about the appendicular artery left behind without uh, ligating?
As you have seen, uh, I have coagulated near the apex. The appendicular artery is at close to the appendix body near the apex. Otherwise, it is away from the appendix body, right? So, if you
Right, sir.
coagulate near the appendix apex, the insertion of the appendicular artery is coagulated, and subsequently, if you proceed close to the appendix wall, there is minimum chance that you affect or injure the appendicular artery, right? Because in the basal part, gradually the appendix goes away from the appendix body. Okay, so if you close the divide the appendicular major appendix close to the appendix apex, it is handled properly. Okay, and in some cases, if you have seen those videos that I do submucosal appendectomy, that is, I do not even touch the appendix, the appendicular vessels. So there is no chance of injuring the appendicular artery. Okay, because I go within the muscular layer in those cases. And if you can find in the YouTube of my Hillside YouTube channel those videos, even from maybe 2 weeks before. Okay, so we are now giving the peritoneal wash and then put the drain and come out. ডান বাম সোজা করো.
Thank you, sir.
There is minimum chance that there is retained fecolate or something because the color is now you can see almost clear. Some oozing might be there from the sides where we have released the appendix. Those are handled. You see, the fluid is not reddish or turbid. So we will give little more fluid, then come out. Tomorrow there will be one undescended testis. Impalpable testis we will do laparoscopically, and two gallbladder cholecystectomies. Those are adults. The undescended testis is 5-year-old boy. So if you can manage time, the first there will be a cystolithotomy for bladder stone, that is around 2-year-old boy, 2 or 1.5 years, that is 18 months or 19 months. That we will start at around 8:30, and at around 9 we will start the orchiopexy. If you can manage time, you can join. You see, this is one complication of giving suction in this area. The appendices epiploidy may have been entered into the whole of the suction apparatus. There could be bleeding, so I am trying to give some bipolar here. You see, because in my entire career, one 8-year-old boy I had to open later on because of this appendices epiploidy bleeding, which entered into suction apparatus holes and we left it behind. So we'll give some little more normal saline at pelvic cavity and then go for insertion of the drains. As I said, I will give two drains, one in the, you see the fluid is clear here, and in the pelvic cavity I am giving little more normal saline. And you can see this is the 3.5-year-old boy. The decision came just before we entered the operating theater, and you see again it is doing problem for me. I think it is okay. So I am now giving the drain, one drain through the Naga drain there. The one drain through suprapubic port into the Morrison's pouch. Another drain I will put through the pelvic, through the দেখাও রে ভাই উপরে
একই মাসেরই দুইবারে মাল এক মাস 1 তারিখে দেয় এবার মনে করেন
So one drain is in place. Now we will retrieve the appendix first, then give another drain through the pelvic on the left sided port. So the left-sided port, the telescope is through the left-sided port. Now through the umbilical port, we will retrieve the bag along with the appendix. Then we need to place it. Okay, we will remove the bag first from that area. Now
এটা এক মাসের মধ্যে দুইবার
the
মারবে
this is here.
এটা হলো
Okay, so now we are
এক মাসের মধ্যে দুইবার মারবে
okay. উপরে লাইট দাও। এটা এখনই খুলছো কেন? আমি ড্রেন দিব তো। ওকে, এখানে হাত দাও। Now we will put another drain in the pelvic cavity through the left-sided port. It will be a blind procedure because we cannot see.